Here now with reaction to my open and all of the Biden administration's latest lies and pathetic apologies, Florida Congressman and Afghan veteran Mike Waltz, along with Fox Nation host and investigative journalist Lara Logan. All right, Congressman, I'm going to start with you. Is the Taliban a terrorist organization in the United States? I keep hearing it was and then it wasn't. Is it now?
Well, I've called, along with Senator Graham, for it to be declared a foreign terrorist organization, which is a legal definition in U.S. law that would prevent any aid, any type of negotiation, and any American government official from dealing with these terrorist thugs. Because my fear, Senator Graham's fear, is that Biden and Blinken are heading down this slippery slope and they've got their foot on the gas for recognizing this terrorist government. This is a terrorist superstate, Judge, that now has an army, an air force, is on its way to having a central bank if Biden unfreezes its billions in assets that are around the world, which Blinken keeps hinting at that they would be willing to do to get our people out that they've left behind as hostage. And now they have an international functioning airport to send anybody around the world that they so desire, and the person stamping their passports and decides who can stay and who can go is on the FBI's most wanted list with a $10 million bounty on his head that I personally tried to kill. His name is Siraj Haqqani. He is individually listed as a foreign terrorist, but we need the entire organization listed so that these jokers around Biden can't continue to appease them and to capitulate to them.
All right. So, Laura, I'll ask you, why would the United States, I mean, you're very familiar with this, as is the congressman, why would the United States rely on the Taliban for security?
Well, it doesn't make any sense at all. It's like going to one arm of a terrorist organization and asking them for help against another arm of the same terrorist organization. And it's just blatantly dishonest. And I would add to what Congressman Waltz just said, because the Taliban is full of terrorists. They have kept this door open so that they could negotiate and all the rest of it for years. But the deputy commander of the Taliban is Siraj Haqqani, who Congressman Waltz just mentioned. He is a designated foreign terrorist since 2012. So is Tajmir Jawad, who is the man that he has put in charge as the deputy intelligence minister, who is systematically hunting down every single Afghan that worked with the U.S. or coalition forces. And I wake up every day, Judge, I am sick in the pit of my stomach because I don't know who is dead and who is still alive. And I had a guy at my house today, a Green Beret, one of his interpreters, he was sent his headless body, images of his headless body this morning. Yesterday morning was another interpreter holding his little toddler. He's also beheaded. And, you know, this is happening all across Afghanistan right now. And we're still seeing, you know, the stage-managed Taliban, because Blinken and Khalilzad and all of these people, they've already promised the Taliban full recognition. That's what Michael Waltz is talking about. And what Americans need to know is that Afghanistan was literally propped up by $150 million shipments of our tax dollars that were going there every week into the central bank. There's been no cash from the time the Taliban went in because we stopped sending those funds. And they're trying to get around the law. They have broken every law in existence regarding material support to terrorists. And it's not just that they have let those weapons be in their hands. Michael Waltz can tell you there are standard operating procedures that every single United States soldier, and by the way, embassy security staff, CIA, they're all trained in what they're supposed to do to prevent this from happening. And we could still take those weapons away right now. The real question here is, why are we in bed with Al-Qaeda? Because this is not the Taliban, Haqqani. They're all Al-Qaeda. They share their ideology and they fight for the same thing. They're intermarried. And these distinctions are just power struggles, internal power struggles, and they get around the law. That's what the strategy is.
All right,
we're
Congressman Waltz, very quickly. Congressman Waltz, very quickly. You believe that Al-Qaeda intends to hit the United States again? They've promised that. Do you believe that?
Biden's own intelligence community believes that, Judge, and has repeatedly briefed us that. Biden knows that. The head of al-Qaeda right now, Zawahiri, who was Osama bin Laden's deputy, has sworn allegiance to the head of the Taliban that's currently sitting in Kabul today. Their prime minister was the same official in 2001 who denied us having al-Qaeda and rejected turning al-Qaeda over. They're all the same crew. As Laura said, the only thing that has changed is their propaganda machine.
Yeah, and you know what?
That's right.
With my open talking about the drone that killed the innocents, and it took the press to out them.
Yep.
You know, I wonder how many secrets they share among each other.
I got that video on day one, Judge Jeanine. They knew instantly.
Yep. They did know instantly. All right, Congressman Waltz, Lara, Logan, thank you for continuing the fight. You're great, both of you. Thanks so much.
So
and next,
you.
an outrageous story. Thank you. An outrageous story out of California about what your kids